Hello and welcome to the first episode of this new series, Love Yourself Enough To. And the reason that I've decided to do the first episode as Do the Things is because well, to build the life that I've built, I've done the things, right? And we don't get to where we want to go unless we do the things. However, I've been wanting to build my YouTube channel, must be for like 2 years now. And I've tried different things and I've done the things, but they just haven't stuck. So that's why I decided for the first episode to be Love Yourself Enough to Do the Things, because it's really important for us to do the things and for the things to stick, for things to happen in the ways and the direction in which we envisage it to happen. Now, typically the things that we do, they're not necessarily easy. The things that we get to do so we can get to where we want to go, they're not necessarily easy. And this is why many people do not do the things, because they would rather sit on their sofa or lay in their bed and watch Netflix and scroll on their phone and all of the bad things. But for us to achieve the good things that we want in our lives, we get to do the hard things so we can achieve the good things in the long term. Typically, the good things in the short term require us to do the bad things in the short term, and it doesn't really get us anywhere in life. And a year goes by, 2 years go by, 5 years go by, 10 years go by, and we're not much further in our journey. So it's really important that when we decide that we want something or certain things or a few things out of life, that it's like, okay, well, I want that to happen. Like, for instance, this YouTube channel, yeah? And I've been posting, but I haven't necessarily been consistent with, like, certain series and stuff like that. So hence why I'm bringing out this series, because I am really big on loving yourself and loving your life. And this is why I'm here, to assist my collective and guide them towards loving themselves and loving their lives, because we get to do that. This is why we came to this planet, so we can love ourselves and our life in its full entirety, so we can live in our fullest expression, so we can live our life in its fullest expression. So this is why I've decided to call this particular series Love Yourself Enough To, because I'm going to be riffing and sharing on different things. So if anything comes up for you in this particular episode and you wish for me to riff on a certain thing, then I'd be more than happy to. But doing the things has been really integral for me and my journey, quite simply because if it wasn't for me doing the things, I wouldn't be the woman that I am today, and I wouldn't be where I am today. So if you're just meeting me for the first time, hello, nice to meet you. My name's Mel. If you've already met me and you know my story, I'm going to be going through it as quickly as possible. But if you do want to review an extended version of my story, it will be here somewhere on my YouTube channel for those of you who have just met me. But essentially, as I'm filming this, it's March 2023, and I started my journey in July 2017. And before July 2017, I wasn't really doing the things. Well, I was doing the things by societal standards, right? I worked for a corporate bank. I was studying. Okay. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. My dog's on the other side of the pillow. Oh, this is what we do. I've got 2 pillows propped for this, and then my dog decided to go and chill and lean into the pillow. It's okay. We've sorted it. It's okay. Life, hey. Okay, no. It's okay. It's okay. It moved again. I'll have a better setup for the next one. I actually got my dog was outside, and then I pulled her in because she barks at the cats in the garden, and I can't shut her in my living area because it's open plan. But anyway, I digress. By the way, I'm never going to edit these videos because I don't like editing, and at least you get me in my fullest expression and full entirety and full life with my dog behind the pillow moving this. I'll have a better setup next time, I promise. Anyway, so I was doing the things by societal standards, right? And I was, I worked for a corporate bank. I was studying to be an accountant. I had my own flat. I had my own car. I was doing the things. But I was 25 and a half. I'd not long gotten out of an emotionally abusive and toxic relationship. I was deeply unhappy. I was very depressed. I was so disconnected from myself. I didn't look after myself. I comfort ate all of the shit food. I used to binge on drink and drugs every weekend. At one point, I would drink a bottle of wine every night. I was toxic inside and out. I would talk to myself like shit. I would talk to my friends and my family like shit. I would talk to people like shit. And I had toxic relationships, toxic friendships. Relationships with my family were toxic. My relationship, my intimate relationship was toxic. My life was just, it looked like from the outside in, I had the things and it was all good, but it wasn't. It wasn't, because I was following what society wanted of me, and what society wanted of me was not what I wanted. So in July 2017, I started an online business. And that online business really opened up the possibilities of my life and really allowed me to move towards everything it is that I wanted in my life. I plugged into a done-for-you, high-ticket online marketing business and platform, full training and full support included. I help people start their own online businesses based around this as well. So if you're interested in exploring, check the link below this video, and there'll be a link in the link tree for my free training. You're more than welcome to explore it. This business is for absolutely anyone that's looking for a change. But I started in this world, and it then put me on a path of doing the things, doing all of the things that would benefit me, that would benefit my life and everything that I wanted and my future and all of the things. So I started on this journey of business, and I subsequently was put on a path of personal growth and spiritual growth at exactly the same time. The universe obviously knew that I was ready. I started because I was at my very rock bottom, emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. All of the things. I was at my literal rock bottom. Didn't know who I was. I wasn't connected to myself. I was like I said, I was toxic, very low confidence, so disconnected from self, all of the things. But then I started in the online world, and I really started to think about what I wanted out of life and my goals. It was the first time I ever really truly set goals. When I was working for the bank, I was very adamant about moving up in the bank. And, I started as a cashier, and then I moved up to a business manager, which was 2 levels up. It was very unheard of. It was very surprising to people to hear that I went from cashier to business manager. And then I moved up to head office. So I was doing very well in the bank, but the income was shit. For me to live the life that I wanted to live, 30 grand a year, what? No, thank you. No. So I was open, my eyes were open to the possibilities of the income that can be generated online, and I was absolutely fucking blown away. It was a brand new world. I was like, what? You can literally make multiple 5 figures a month. Are you being serious? So I was like, right, I'm getting to work. I'm doing the things. So I was on this path. I was put on this path of business growth, personal growth, spiritual growth, of doing the things, and I completely transformed myself, literally. 2017, now it's March 2023. I started in July 2017, and I've completely transformed my life, and I've completely transformed myself by doing the things. I was 3 dress sizes bigger, and I was so unhappy, so unconfident, and I've really created myself into the woman that I could really feel I was inside of me, and I continue to do it because it's all ever evolving and all moving forward. So there is definitely much more within me that gets to come out in this lifetime, and I'm only 31, which is really exciting. but yeah, like I've completely transformed my life of toxicity and negativity and internal turmoil into a life of happiness and health and freedom and all of that good stuff. Like, I'm not only free from the system, I was able to break free from the system within a year of me starting my online business because I got made redundant. And I truly believe that I got made redundant because I was doing the things in my mind and in my soul to attract the redundancy in my life. And I've never looked back. Like, I've been full time in my online business ever since. I started to live my dream life in the tropics in like 3 years later. And it was literally all because I was doing the things. I was building myself. I was changing my internal world so I could attract all of the people and all of the opportunities to me that I wanted to attract to create the success it was that I was seeking. I was doing all of the emotional work and working through all of the emotional like traumas that were holding me back and the shadows and all of that negativity that was within me. So I was working through that to alchemize that and transform that into positive energy so I could become an energetic match for everything it was that I wanted. So in 3 years I started to live my dream freedom life, and 5.5 years later I'm just expanding, and I've continually done the things to expand. And don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect. I'm human. We're all human. We all go through ups, downs, twists, turns and seasons and all of that stuff. And, you know, there's been times where I've been like really on my fitness and health journey, for instance. But then there's been times where I've just been like, oh, fried food, I don't want to work out, like all of that stuff. And, you know, when we look after ourselves and when we do the things, we get to give ourselves grace in certain periods of our lives to have certain breaks. But then it's like, all right, okay, now you got to sort your shit out. Like, you love yourself. So love yourself enough to do the things to ensure that you are living happily and healthily and in the way that you want to. And it gets to a point where we don't do the things, where we start feeling shit about ourselves and where things in our lives just aren't going the way in which we want it to. So when we start our journey to loving ourselves, or when we want to remind ourselves to love ourselves, we really need to look at, okay, well, what things am I doing? Am I doing the things to love myself, or am I doing the things that are detrimental to me? Because at the end of the day, if we want to create the happiness, the health, the wealth that we seek, whatever that may look like to you, it's different for everyone. But if we want to create that for ourselves, then we first must love ourselves enough to do the things. And that's one of the hardest things to do, because like I said at the start, it's very easy to just be comfortable and not do the things because it's just like, well, you know, like when I first started my journey back in 2017, I was working, like I said, full-time for the corporate bank, and I was broke as fuck. I was so broke, 32 grand's worth of debt. Oh my God, I was in the worst position. My ex left me in such a shit position financially, but I'm grateful for him, because if it wasn't for him and the shit situation he left me in, I wouldn't have started this business. But for me to start my business in the high ticket world, I got to invest money into myself. And I was prepared to invest money into myself because I knew that I wanted to make a change, and I knew that the investment into myself was worth it. So I couldn't get credit to be able to invest in myself because my credit history was shit, and I was literally living breadline, paycheck to paycheck. Like, it was an absolute joke. Like, I had the bills to pay where I lived because I lived on my own, and I had this doubled debt because he fell off the face of the earth. So I got to work out a different option for me. So what I did was I got an extra job. I did the things. I got an extra job to start my business. So I was working full time, commuting an hour each way to then come back, have 10 minutes to get ready and quickly eat before I went to this pizza delivery job for the rest of the night. And then after my pizza delivery job, I would then go to the gym to do the things to look after myself and my body and my energy and my health, right? And we get to do this for ourselves to create ourselves into the strong and sure woman, human being, soul, whatever you call yourself, we get to do those things for ourselves to create ourselves into the strong and sure being it is that we want to become, and to lead ourselves towards everything that we want to be, do, and have. And we get to do these things for ourselves to create the life it is that we want. So I was literally prepared to do all of the things. I was prepared to do all of the things. Wake up earlier, go to bed later, all of the things. And I still, I would say I sacrificed sleep, but I didn't necessarily sacrifice like my social life. I still went out and did my social life, because we still do get to live our lives when we do the things to create the life that we truly want to live. Like, in my opinion, all of this bullshit of like hustle, sacrifice, don't do this and blah, 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 that, like, yes, there are moments in our life where, yes, we must hustle. We must hustle to create what it is that we want, and we must do the things to create what it is that we want, and say no to certain things. But that doesn't mean that we don't get to live our lives. We get to live our lives because life is there to be lived. And when we live our lives, we're in a good energetic frequency, and we create life experience, and we create stories to tell our people. So yeah, like, all of this bullshit of sacrificing and lock yourself in a bedroom for 4 years to build your dream, like, I think that's absolute bullshit in my opinion, because that certainly has not been my experience. And we get to do the things, and we get to be intentional and self-aware with our time, all whilst enjoying our life at the same time. And we get to love ourselves enough to do all of those things for ourselves and for our future. So this is a message for you, dear human. Love yourself enough to do the things. You are so beautiful. You are so brilliant. You are so amazing. You are so powerful. And you can be, do, and have absolutely anything and everything that you want in your life. You just need to do the things. If you can see it in your mind's eye, if you can feel it in your body, you can do it. You can be it. You can have it. You can create it. Right? So really and truly, it's all about, okay, well, what is it that I want? What do I want out of life, right? What do I want my life to look like? What do I want to create for myself, for my family, for my children, for the world? What impact do I want to make? Whatever that is for you, because it's different for everyone, right? And then it's like, okay, well, I know where I want to be. I know where I am. And now there's this bridge in between of all of the things that you get to do to create that bridge step by step every day. And the end goal might seem like, oh my God, that's a lot. But we focus on the end goal to a point. If it overwhelms us, it's like, okay, well, I know I want to get there, but what can I do today to get me closer? What are the things that I get to learn, that I get to do, that I get to be, that I get to embody today? Because we can't do everything at once. We can only do things one step at a time. Rome wasn't built in a day. So it's really important to understand, okay, well, these are the things I get to learn and do and embody to get to where I want to go. But there's this whole fucking long list. I can't do it all at once. So what's the most important thing that I get to do right now that I can start to learn and do and cross off? Right? And then it goes to the next one and the next one and the next one. So often we're like, I want to do all the things. I want to get there. So I got to do all the things. And then like we try and do all the things and then we overwhelm ourselves and then we're like, Netflix. Give me some Netflix. And it's just like, it just doesn't work. And then we go back into our old fucking cycles. Like, come on, set yourself up in the very best way. Love yourself enough to set yourself up in the very best way. That's a good video for me to do. I think I might do that next time. We'll see what the vibe is. But it's working out what things you need to do and doing the things, right? It's like when you're on a health journey. It's like, right, yeah, I'm on a health journey. I want to go to the gym. I've never been to the gym any point in my life. But I'm going to go 7 days a week. And then even the thought of going 7 days a week, you're like, no, fuck that, man. Fuck that. And then you don't go because you're like, oh, it's too much for me. All the people are going to look at me. So it's like, okay, well, I want to start going to the gym. I'm like, you know, I've never been before. So I'm going to give myself like 1 to 3 days a week, half an hour a day. Like, I'd love to go 3 days, but I might only go 1. And if I go 1, at least I've hit that target for myself, right? And then it's like you're doing the things, you're still hitting it. If you go 1, great. If you go, oh, Polly Pocket wants to come in. Come on in. Come on in. You want to come? Every video that I do, one of my babies always wants to get involved. So this is Polly. Hello, Polly. Yeah. You want to come and lay next to me and give me a cuddle, don't you? All right, okay. Perfect. Okay. So that's Polly and that's Percy. I got Percy when I first got to Bali because I just love to cuddle. I just love to cuddle. Yeah, Polly doesn't cuddle me when we sleep though, does she? No. Right, anyway. So yeah, like, you just got to set yourself up in the very best way to do the things. It's like, right, especially when starting something new. There was all of these things that I got to learn when I started my high ticket business, you know, like marketing, content creation, conversations, communication, human psychology, human nature, all of the things, like how to connect with people, going on video, taking good photos, like so many things, all of the things, advertising, sales, all of the things. But it's like I couldn't learn all of the things in one go. So it's like, okay, well, what will best suit me at the start? And then how can I build on all of these things? Oh, she's so cute. So yeah, love yourself enough to do the things. Love yourself enough to know where you want to go, to know what things you know, to know what things you want to do. Most people don't even know what they want. Like, blows my mind. Well, it doesn't really, because I was in that. I was in the matrix. I was in the societal and narrative way of thinking. I was in it. You know, we're brought up in it. Start at school. Straight away, we're taught to give our power away at school to authority and to other people. We fall out of trust with ourselves. We're trained in a way to not trust ourselves and to not love ourselves. It starts very, very young. And then we wonder when we get to like 30, 40, why we don't like our life. You know, we've done everything right. I seemingly did everything right when I started my journey. And from the outside in, like I said, it looked all right, but everything in my life was toxic. And I'm certain at least 70% of the population is in the same situation, but they're doing the same because everyone else is doing the same, and this is the standard. But just because it's the standard doesn't mean that it's right. If you're not happy, that means that something's wrong. It's a message from your body and your internal guidance system that something is wrong. Listen, make the changes, do the fucking things. Love yourself enough to do the things. If you like this video, please like it, please share, please subscribe, please comment below. Let me know something that you want me to riff on when it comes to love yourself enough to ... What shall I talk about? And will the surroundings next time be the same? I might move around. I'm trying to, because I was going to work it in my office, right? But the background was just too bare, and I thought this would be more cozier. So maybe we'll stick with this background, because I like lying on the bed and riffing like this. But anyway, I digress. I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to explore my world and working with me and all of the good stuff, I'm popping a link below here that you can check out for all of the things to get involved in my world, to learn from me, to grow with me, alongside me. If you want to start an online business with me, be coached by me, learn from my teachings, all of the things, it's all there. But yeah, you can also follow me on all of the socials, which is in the link below as well. But yeah, if you found value, please share this with someone that you know that could benefit. Sharing the good message, sharing the good vibe, sharing the laughs. Oh, you want to play now? Come on then, let's play. Go on. Show my people how you can play. You. Come on in. You want to play? You want to play? Come on. Come on in, come closer. Yeah, we go. She wants to play. Yeah. She saw me waving my hand and she was like, I want to play. Oh, yeah, you want to play. Oh, you want to play. You're so... Oh, no. Okay, well, yeah, I'm going to go now. Love yourself enough to do the things. You're amazing. You are brilliant. You are beautiful. And I hope you have the very best day. Goodbye.